So how do you coach someone to be able to get past the hooks, writing the hooks necessary to engage to make something viral? And how does a hook even make something go viral?
So this definitely goes back to knowing what your ideal audience is searching for. So doing those searching strategies that we talked about. But then number two, a really good one that I did was when I was doing a crap ton of high ticket sales calls, I would write down exactly word for word how my ideal client was describing their pain points and their desires. And I would use that as the hook for my videos, like same exact words. So for me, I know a lot of coaches hate this, but they're like, I hate the word toned. I hate the word sexy arms for summer, or, grow your glutes or whatever, XYZ. And I started using those exact same verbiages in my hooks. And that's when I really started to see a ton of my videos take off. And it's, again, you have to think from the perspective of your ideal client. They're not searching.
We went through that with YouTube, learning the searchable terms and everything, because nobody was searching the name of what we were, like our show.
Yep.
Because nobody was looking for that. They were looking for, like, how do I grow my social media and make 1.18 million bazillion dollars?
Yep.
What do you find to be the hardest thing to get a business maybe to really go viral, like to really scale? What's been the biggest hurdle you've worked with people on to kind of get them to go to like that next level? Like we've talked about the basis.
Yeah.
Assume they do all that. What's the next barrier for people to go? Like, me, Robo, we've already got our businesses.
Yep.
What's kind of the next barrier that we have to start looking at and thinking about?
Yeah, so I would say if consistency, quality of videos and everything is like really good and the person's been consistent with that for, 3-6 months and everything, if they have the budget for it, I would highly recommend like looking into ads if they haven't yet, because it's crazy how most people's problem is they just don't have enough eyes on their content. If they had more eyes coming and seeing their reels, there would be, so many customers coming their way. So that's kind of what honestly helped me in the beginning when I had a smaller account of, 3,000 people. And even when I was posting very consistently and I got to 10K followers, my biggest issue was I just, again, need more eyes on my content, and I need more eyes consistently on my content. So then I think it's kind of getting into boosting posts and getting into ads. If you have more of a limited budget, especially for smaller business owners, I would choose, starting with one platform and boosting ads on that. If most of your clients, and this is again where you can look at your analytics from the last couple months and your sales, you can, see, are most of your clients coming from Instagram? Are they coming from TikTok? Are they coming from Facebook? And then I would boost ads and do it on that one platform. And then I would also utilize going live on that platform too as well. That's something that's been really huge for myself and a lot of my clients, is if the algorithm can see that you're not only posting consistently, but you're going live at least like 2-3 times a week, like obviously as much as possible, but 2-3 times a week, that can really, really boost your reels and your posts too. Then on the lives, I would do live trainings. I give out, like a lot of free value, and then you can organically talk about your process or your product. And then you can also do collabs with people too in your industry, and you guys, then their followers are seeing yours, and that's just like free followers. You don't even have to boost posts, boost posts and do ads with that.
I was going to say, Robo, I think I have the solution now.
For what?
For your business. Great marketing strategy. Here we go. Your golf carts, I will roll around in my aviators and my dad hat with a joint, and we will film me going around Nashville in your luxurious golf carts as we do tours of Nashville. I'll just pull up and be like, here we go to Honky Tonk Central.
Oh my God.
So what do you think of this campaign?
Oh my God.
As the expert,
You have a really,
I have my opinion. Yeah.
you got a good physical hook there.
Yeah, good. Physical hook.
Yeah. So there you go. But yeah, that's an interesting concept.
Yeah.
One of a kind, just go live on TikTok. When you do that, you'll get some followers easy.
I always thought the live thing was hard. That's why it's so shocking to me. But once you laid it out, I'm like,
People are scared to go live.
Yeah, I'm not so scared to go live. It's just more the whole like, oh, I gotta go live.
Oh yeah.
Like, because the one time you want to go live is my usual bedtime. Like I'm in bed by like 7 at night. That's not optimal. I want to go live like at 5 a.m. Be like, what's up, early birds?
You can do that. I mean, if you go live, like depending on the time, like I always say make sure you post it afterwards. Like I just put my live in the Reels tab. I don't put it on my main feed.
Okay.
I mean, you can put it on your main feed, but I just put it under the Reels tab because sometimes for people, the best time that you can go live, if it is like early afternoon or something and you know most people are at work, like that's fine. It's better to go live than not to go live, you know? So I repost the replay, and I actually had a live from a couple weeks ago. It's like trending at like 20K views right now, like fully organic. And I'm like, that's like not bad for a live. Usually I get like, you know, a couple thousand views or whatever for those. But I would just say do it at a time that works best for you. Like it's better to do it then than not at all. And even if you get no one on the live, because that's a question I get, like what if I go on there and I get some people who join and then like no one's on the live, which more than likely is going to happen when you're first starting off, especially if you have a smaller account. Like again, who cares? Like you're posting and you're going to be going live to give value to your ideal clients, and you're posting the replay. People are going to watch that later, like no doubt at all. So just keep talking, just keep going, and just don't let, again, the numbers or anything like that get to you. And if someone comes on the live, like I went live like last week, I had someone come on and they were just like, oh, your content sucks. Like, I don't even understand why you're going live. And I was like, well, I don't even understand like why this person is here. And I went and just, you can block the dude on the live. And then I turned it into like the whole lesson of the live. And I was like, see, when you're consistent on social media, you're going to get negative comments. You're going to get hate. You just have to go and block those people. And even me now being on it for, you know, since I was 16, I'm like, I have been name called and said everything in the books. Like I have thick skin, but I know a lot of people don't when they start off. But just know, like, no matter how many followers you have, that will never go away. Like you will always trigger people. You always get those comments.
Why don't you leave them on there if they're commenting and they jump in, because it actually helps you with engagement, right?
You could. I mean, for me, like, I don't see it as helpful, like, in a live, if I'm doing a live training. And so I just go and I just block. And especially, like, I guess for females or whatever, I feel like some of us can be a little bit more, like, softer with that stuff. And so I just recommend some of my female clients just go and block them. But yeah, you're right. Like when it comes to, if I post a reel and stuff and I get like negative comments, I keep them on there because it does boost engagement. But in a live training, I'm like, this is just wasting my time. Like I want questions from people who actually have questions or good engagement. So I just go and I usually block those.
So when you're setting up a live, are you saying, hey, I'm here to answer any questions you have? Do you have a script of things you want to talk about? How are you structuring those?
Yeah. So for me personally, and I would recommend if you're newer to going live, have like a script and something to follow. Also, when you tell your audience, usually I recommend like 24 to 48 hours before. Usually you want to have a topic that's going to be enticing because you want them to come on the live and to tune into it. And again, just having a script and something to follow, especially if you're nervous, it really does help to keep you on track with things. But sometimes like one time I was just sitting in my car and I got some Chick-fil-A and I was like, I just like thought of a really good topic and I was like, fuck it. Like I'm going to sit in my car and go live. And I was like, oh, here's like my Chick-fil-A order. We're just going to chill out and have lunch and talk about X, Y, and Z. And like, I found that a lot of people like that because it's casual, it's conversation. And then I just kind of did an open Q&A at the end. But most of them, you know, I kind of just plan ahead and I do that. Or when I was packing to go to Vegas a couple weeks ago, I was just like, okay, come pack with me and talk about X, Y, and Z. And then I'm just doing something in the video. And I don't know why, but like, I feel like people like watching you do something because it's just kind of entertaining. People, it goes back to like vlogs and people post, you know, lifestyle vlogs or get ready with me, and those videos do so well because people like watching other people do things, you know. And so it's just an easy kind of tactic. You don't always have to be sitting in your office all like formal and just like, okay, like I'm more of a casual person, so I like kind of just doing it that way. But you have to kind of just choose your style and what matches you as a person, you know. Like when I was again posting fitness content and stuff too, I kind of started posting kind of some funny, relatable fitness content in the gym as like a female, and people love that, and that's just me. But obviously, if you're not a funny person, like don't go and do that because it's going to come off as awkward, you know. Like keep true to your personality and your brand.
I know you get paid to do this, but you're a lot like me. You feel like when people pay you for your business advice and your contracting work and your consulting work that you're paying for the relationship and what you're trying to build. Are there any apps that a business owner can use to better help themselves stay organized, to schedule for social media, to kind of stay ahead? Because, you know, when you're building a business and you're building, I like to say, wings or operations inside of it, and you're vertically integrating, you're always incurring more cost. And social media is a huge cost, especially to pay for ads. I own a gym, as you guys know, to like play in that space is very heavy. Are there any apps that like small business owner, entrepreneur, coach, anyone can use that would better make their life easy?
Yeah, so I know in Instagram you can actually schedule your posts in there now, and that's completely free. So highly wouldn't recommend paying for an app that does that. And you also want to be careful for that, because a lot of those apps that post your content for you actually hurt your account and your engagement. If they're not partnered with Instagram and like Meta verified, it's just gonna tank your account. But you can schedule your posts in Instagram now, which is awesome. I'm glad that they came out with that. I know if you want to keep track of your ad spend and again tracking your analytics, which I've talked about a lot, you can get an app called Hyros, and you connect your Instagram to it, and then it actually shows you. It'll pull up all your posts, and if you boosted posts, it shows you like right there like how it's doing. So again, that one, I believe it's $99 a month. Don't fully quote me on that. Right now, I haven't been using that yet. I just do an Excel sheet and I update that because I like doing it. Like I kind of geek out on that stuff, and like, so I like keeping track of it. But for someone who, again, like you need the extra accountability, you want something as easy as possible to just pull up right on your computer and see, highly recommend Hyros. It's super organized and great. For free resources, like again, like I recommend promoting a lot in your content. Like you can use Canva to make ebooks and free content. Like that's completely free. You can do the pro version and get access to a lot more features, but for the most part, you don't need it. For social media, I mean, I use CapCut a lot to edit my videos. I don't pay for CapCut, or I just use the TikTok app. And then, but now Instagram actually recently came out with all the same fonts as TikTok, and they put in a lot more
It's like
features.
a copycat.
Yep, because they saw a lot of people are doing it, but now you can easily edit your videos in Instagram if you want, but I usually use CapCut and I just do the free version. I really don't spend a lot of money when it comes to social media other than ads, if I'm being completely honest, because I think it all comes down to if you have quality content and you have like good lighting, good hooks, everything like that, and if you want to boost posts, like I've had no trouble growing my account and going viral based off of that.
How do you decide how much money you put towards ads?
I think that really comes down to your business budget and how much money right now you are taking home at the end of the day. So if you're making $20,000 a month, let's say, but you're, only netting a very little amount and you're barely struggling to get in your bills and pay for everything, because I've been there, would not recommend going and stressing yourself out with putting money towards ads. Or you could go, I guess, and look at all the apps that you have and see if you can cut some things out if you really do want to boost your posts. But I would go and I would look at how much money you're currently taking home, and then this just comes down, I guess, to how much you're comfortable with ads and like how much money you're comfortable with putting aside with ads. When I did in the beginning, I went pretty hardcore into it. Like I was posting, like I said, 6-7 days a week, and I would boost like at least 5 to 6 posts every single week. And again, it was $10 a day, and I was probably spending anywhere from like at least like $500 a month towards ads was my budget in the beginning. And then that's kind of what I saw. I didn't really plan for it. If I'm being completely honest, I could have been way more organized with having a budget, but my expenses are so low in my business now that I had extra money to throw, and I was just like, I'm just going to go and put my expenses towards ads and watch it grow. And
Can I be nosy?